Here's a look at my antique glass insulator press. This press would have been from the threadless era. Here's a look at the nameplate on the top of the bridge. Built by R.G. Sommerfeld, Pittsburgh. These are called side lever presses, and they were pretty much phased out by about the turn of the century when the rotating table presses came into fashion, where there would be one plunger and 6 molds that would rotate on a turning table. So the mold would sit here on the bed of the press, and it would get filled with glass, and then the mold would be slid up along this guide underneath the plunger, and then pressing action would come down like this. There's little adjustment knobs back here at the back of the press to adjust the exact distance that the mold travels before it hits the back of the guides. This one's called a 6-ton press because the leverage here with the side lever delivers 6 tons pressure into the mold plunger. So you can see the counterweight, which is adjustable, so it can run further up that rail for a heavier top plate, and the lever. So this is the top plate here. So a mold part that would look like a hollow donut would be mounted to the underside of here. And this mold part would come down and rest on the top of the larger mold. And then this bar here would lower, delivering the plunger down into the center. So the plunger would fasten in here, these 2 little clips on each side. And this tapered shaft here with this wrench would be used to tighten the plunger down. I'll demonstrate the action of the press. I don't actually have any molds for the press, so I'll just stick this in here for now. So the lever comes down, the top plate rests on the mold, and then the plunger squeezes down into the center of the glass. And it's released. The original designs had a tabletop that came out like this, about 1 foot to here, but as you can see here, it's been broken off. The cast iron's quite brittle, so it must have tipped over or something like that in its past life. This piece of 1-inch plate has been added to the press before I got it, but this down here is the original table. It's a beautiful old piece of machinery, and I'm really happy to have it. The press weighed 1,750 pounds at a scrapyard. That's what I was told by the person who rescued it from a scrapyard. Here's an illustration for a glass press. It's a different company. This one's the Fisher company, but also from Pittsburgh. So it's a lot like mine, except this one has more of an ergonomic handle on it than mine. I think mine's actually in a replacement handle. I don't think it's the original. The most modern and complete press in the market.